Coleman, and we're talking Main Street and the small business lenders who help it grow. Last week, I was at America West, Rancho Mirage. You're going to enjoy this week's podcast. I think it's one of the... I'm just going to start playing clips. You're going to love it. I want to introduce Maggie Cook, entrepreneur and creative of Maggie's award-winning all-natural fresh salsas and dips. Keynote speaker, her tagline is From Orphanage to Millionaire. I'm going to play you two clips. The first clip is of a YouTube clip of her story, which you will absolutely find fascinating. The second clip is my interview with her.
My name is Magdalena de la Cruz Garcia. I am the founder of Maggie Salsa LLC. This is a company that I started with a gift of $800 when I was homeless, and a company that sold a Campbell's soup in 2015.
When I first tasted Maggie Salsa, I was blown away. It was awesome product. I could tell it was fresh. I could tell it was made with quality ingredients and knew that it would be a great product for Walmart.
I am from Mexico, and this was life in an orphanage. And yes, these are my 68 brothers and sisters. Ever since I can remember, I mostly worked in construction, digging ditches, cutting trees, and gathering topsoil from the mountains. At times, we had no food for weeks, so some of my brothers and I resorted to hunting with our bare hands. We basically hunted at night using spotlights and nets to catch our prey. When I was about 6 years old, I started digging caves in sides of mountaintop canyons. These were my secret hiding places to rest. This was a way to try to escape, to cope with the things that I saw and lived. As a way out of the orphanage, I pursued basketball and got recruited in high school to play for the Mexican national team, but I broke my collarbone. My ticket out was months later when I got recruited to play basketball for the University of Charleston, and that's how I came here. I learned to play basketball really good by covering my eyes with the help of an orphan kid named Pancho. We found Pancho in a dumpster as a baby. He couldn't walk because he had spinal bifida, and my job was to carry him everywhere I went. When I graduated college, I couldn't find a job and I became homeless. I ended up living in the streets and also in the woods in a nearby forest. But to be honest, I didn't even know that I was homeless because that's how I lived most of my life. In 2004, I started my salsa company with a gift of $800 when my friends entered me into a salsa contest. I won the contest and I had an aha moment. I started my business and it grew very, very fast. My products sold in 38 states to supermarkets like Walmart's, Whole Foods, Sam's Clubs, and many more companies carried my products. Shortly after my company was sold to Campbell's, I went back to Mexico and helped save 31 orphan children who were in grave danger. Some of them were victims of sex trafficking. We later were able to involve the federales and the military in the continuous pursuit of the safety of these kids. The best type of giving currency is not money. It is the willingness to give your life for the service of others. Never take for granted one single moment of your life. Change starts now. One of the things that we have every single morning when we wake up is we have two choices. We either let life control us or we take control of our lives.
I'm in America West, Rancho Mirage, Maggie Cook, the keynote speaker. What an amazing, inspirational story. I have her book. I highly recommend you all buy it, From Orphanage to Millionaire. Very quickly, you're from Mexico. Oh, first of all, I have to ask you this. Give me your name as you introduce yourself. It was beautiful.
Es María Magdalena de la Cruz Garcia.
I love it. I love it. Tell us your story very quickly.
It's a long story.
I know. Okay, I'll summarize. Orphanage, Mexico, 68 brothers and sisters. You come to the United States, you start all natural fresh salsa and dips. All right, so that's
pretty good. Yes.
SBA, how important was SBA for your success?
Instrumental. They were the key to my success, I believe, because they opened the pathway, the doorway with resources to allowing me to figure out and realize how to find resourcefulness within myself, which our greatest resources are creativity, passion, and sticking to it. And that's really where everything kind of started from.
Well, it was inspirational. Tell me a little bit more of how you got started.
With the business?
Yes.
I was homeless. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything to show for. I got invited to a salsa contest for the state of West Virginia, and I was actually forced to enter the contest by my friends. They signed me up, and I'm glad they did, because I went to that contest and won by unanimous vote, beat everybody in the state of West Virginia. And then I had my aha moment. I thought, what a great opportunity this is, that I could start something with this. And at the time, there was no fresh salsa companies out there, only cooked salsas like Tostitos on the shelf. And so I knew I had something, and that's when really everything started.
Awesome story. And you want to give a shout out to SunTrust Bank. It was SBA 7A loan. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. A shout out to SunTrust, because they hooked me up. I got a $250,000 loan from them, and this is when my business had already started to become a success. And they actually, it helped me tremendously in purchasing product lines, production lines, and just the rest is history. I also got some loans for my big refrigerated trucks to do deliveries and stuff, so it was great.
It was awesome. What year did you start the business?
2004.
And you sold it to this company named?
It was sold to Campbell's with Garden Fresh for $231 million in 2015.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as a success story.
I think so, maybe.
The second part of your speech I really enjoyed was the Mark Twain line. You talked about the why.
Yes.
Explain that.
Well, Mark Twain said that, is that how you say Twain? Mark Twain, that the two best days of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you find out why. And really, I think the key to success in business and in life is finding out why you do what you do, because finding the why actually makes everything else happen for you. It gives you the passion, the fire, the creativity to stick to it, to make anything become a success for you. Finding your why is really the reason why you're here. If you figure that out, you find purpose in life and you find meaning, and it's really what it's all about.
I think that's a great place to stop. Buy her book. It's an amazing read, Maggie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I thought you would enjoy that fascinating story. Very heartwarming, very uplifting, just a wonderful lady. Natalie Orta, SBA, she was the district director. Well, she's not a director, she's a manager. Anyway, in Inland Empire, she was the hostess for the event. She stopped by our booth and we had a short conversation with her. I'm speaking with Natalie Orta, the Senior Area Manager of the Coachella Valley SBA. Did I get that right?
You got that perfectly.
I got to get this out of the way. The tough question. Really? 115 degrees?
We ordered up special for the attendees at America West, okay, just so you know.
Well, you mentioned America West. Tell us about the event and SBA's participation in the event.
It's a great event. The idea is training for all of our lending community, and SBA here is to back it up, because we wouldn't be here without our lending community. You know that.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Now, tell us a little bit about the Coachella Valley and the impact that SBA is having on Main Street.
The Coachella Valley is quite an interesting microcosm in the universe of the SBA of the USA, composed of 9 cities. We have loans across the Coachella Valley, some very successful businesses, from the steel manufacturer to the chicken roasting company to the toffee business right down the street here in Rancho Mirage.
Awesome. And now you were from Southern California.
Yes.
But you're part of the Inland Empire, San Santa Ana office, which is one of the largest in the country.
It is. It's one of the largest. We just had a very successful Small Business Week awards luncheon last week, and we have a small, dynamic staff that gets the job done. And this is what's called an alternate work site because it is a bit of a drive from Santa Ana, that's to say it lightly, out to the Coachella Valley.
I want to end with this comment that you had, which I thought was great.
Okay.
Use the SBDCs to help you package your loans. Comment on that.
Listen, lenders, that's a lot of work. Packaging a loan is a lot. It's a big deal. And a lot of these people will come to you and they're just not quite loan ready. We want to make sure that we can help them become loan ready. And rather than lenders say, no, we can't make this deal, say maybe later, go visit the SBDC and have them package the loan for you. And it's absolutely free.
Yeah, that's what got my attention. Natalie, thank you for stopping by.
My absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us today for the Coleman Report update in supporting America's Main Street, one entrepreneur at a time.